All right. Hey, everybody.
Hello. Hola.
Well, this is a Fraser Family Foundation promo
Promotion.
film.
Promo.
And the thing is that we had to shut it down a couple of years ago at the end of 2022, but we're bringing it back because we started doing all the stuff. And let me take this down. You got a good shot of this, right, Mr. Cameraman? Okay, I'm going to take this down.
And that is for my show, Bobbie Bud's for Life.
Now, since, I don't know, a few months ago, I started by myself pulling Wausau Public Access TV out of the drain, okay, out of the dumpster. And we started rerunning shows on Wausau Public Access TV. We've been doing that for a while, okay, but we weren't making new ones a whole lot. And Fraser Family Foundation has the same P.O. box number that it did before, but the telephone number no longer exists. So you have to send something to us in the P.O. box. And we'll say that a number of times. But getting back to what we started to do one day, way back, and I checked, it was about the second week of February. As a matter of fact, I think it might have been right on Valentine's Day. So several months ago now, because we're in the month of November. And this is 2024, okay? So anyway, what I started doing is making some It's Not Work, It's Fun episodes at home. I started putting them on, at first, Twitter or X. I say that X for Elon Musk's sake because he changed it from Twitter to X, even though I like the little blue bird and the Twitter part because they were tweets. I like that part. Nothing against Elon, but I still like that. And then I got some help getting from U.S. Cellular. That's my telephone company.
Our telephone company.
Yeah, there's quite a few of us on there, and as a family.
Yes.
And
they are great.
They're great. They helped us a lot. They put me on Facebook, and then not too long after that, I got a notification from YouTube, and they said, "Hey, you should have your own channel." Most people take a long time to get it, but you did it in a matter of just a couple of months. It was less than 3 months. So anyway, that worked out, and then I started putting the old reruns on Wausau Public Access TV. Well, now that has grown too. There's a bunch of channels that we used to be on many, many years ago. And by the way, I'm Master Gardener Bernie Delaunay.
And Bobbie Bud's for Life.
And I always put my thing always is that I put a humble Master and Professional Gardener Bernie Delaunay from It's Not Work, It's Fun. That's the name of the YouTube channel, the Facebook channel, and the Twitter channel. And that's the name of my TV show. And she said hers is
Bobbie Bud's for Life.
Now, we also started putting the reruns, not new ones, but reruns of the old Ride the Planet series on my channel, not only on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, but now Wausau Public Access. Now, we're on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media Access TV channel, and we are just about to be on Stevens Point Public Access TV channel as well. Okay.
That was before, correct?
It was before. It was a number of channels that it was on. We're reaching out to all of those stations. There's actually, it's called the Queens Public Access TV channel in Queens, New York. It's out of New York City. They are interested as well. So anyway, that's all coming, and we're restarting Fraser Family Foundation. Folks, got to tell you, some really sad things happened right before we closed it down. Our mother had passed. The Wausau Public Access TV is big, long story, going down the drain. We were very, very angry about that. Really disputed some of the way some of the things were being run. Not going to go into that anymore. But now everything's changed, and the internet channels are going very, very well. And so is Wausau Public Access TV. We've got a new mayor, Doug Denny. Thanks, Doug. He's
Thank
great.
you, Mayor Doug.
We work with a number of the same city council members. A lot of them, we really appreciate them and their work.
Yes, we do.
And one of the reasons I wanted to do a Fraser Family promo is because on my own show, I've been talking about this is aloe water, okay? Now, our cameraman is doing a great job here. He gets some really good close-ups. And this bottle, don't pay attention to the bottle. It's not the name. We have some
It's not an advertisement for
some really great sponsors of what we do. We've got a deal worked out with them. That's Wausau Computer LLC, correct? Or Wausau,
Wausau Computer
LLC.
Not water. Wausau Computer
Services LLC. U.S. Cellular right here in Wausau, Wisconsin, and of course the Dollar Tree in Wausau, Wisconsin as well. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about this because everybody's talking about, and this is not a It's Not Work, It's Fun TV episode at all. By the way, the channels for Wausau Public Access, you have to be a Spectrum customer, but now you can see it on Facebook through my channel, It's Not Work, It's Fun. Our channels 980 and 981. We're pretty much just on 980 though. The government channels are on 981. And don't ask me what Wisconsin Rapids or Stevens Point is right now. I don't remember, but I'll have them written down and I'll read them off. But the reason I'm talking about this aloe water, this is what we call the poor man's version of structured water. Okay, now what is structured water? What's structured water?
What is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. Tell me.
Okay, so the letters and the numbers we use for water are H2O, all right? That stands for hydrogen, which is a form of hydration.
Okay.
We talk about hydration all the time. 2, that's the number. And then oxygen, H2O. Now, the 2 has a specific meaning. Hydrogen is a molecule. And the 2 is for the oxygen, which means it's 2 molecules of oxygen. And what structured water is, and there are people, and there's ways of doing this, folks. This is actually distilled water with aloe vera pieces in it. You can see it looks kind of like a limey, gray, murky. Now, to drink this, I drink this daily and I drink it 24/7. And you can, folks, you can go on, let's go back up here, Mr. Cameraman. You can go on the internet and find one website will say drinking aloe vera every day is very, very good for you. And then the next website will say, don't ever do that. That's not very good for you at all. Okay, so structured water is the process of actually structuring the water so that the hydrogen is taken away from the oxygen. In other words, it's divided. And you get hydrogen versus the oxygen. Okay, now in this water, these machines are very, very expensive. They cost about $7,000 a piece, and only people with really a lot of money can do that. And then they drink the hydrating or the hydrogen or hydration part. Okay, and then they also can do a molecular thing where a process where there's 2 molecules of hydration or hydrogen rather than just 1. Okay, now that's not what this is. This is distilled water, which you take your tap water, and as you can see, there's, can you see, Mr. Cameraman, can you get the very bottom? You get the bottom of that? Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna put this back down. All right, now that, you can see murky stuff down there. Distilled water is tap water that you put in a jar, just like this, and it doesn't have to say eternal on it. This is a jar I bought from Dollar Tree, probably a couple of years ago. And I put the water in there, I capped it off, and then I let it set, okay? So everything that is in the water settles on the bottom. Now, pure water, the land of milk and honey, which is what it says in the Bible, the water's from the land of milk and honey. The honey, of course, comes from the bees. And the milk is water that is run over the rocks, and it has all the minerals in it. This water, it's supposed to have minerals in it. If it doesn't, this is what the aloe provides. Like I said, this is the poor man's version of structured water. And again, folks, you can check this stuff out on the internet all by yourself. And you can see, good and bad points. Now, my sister and I, Barb and I, we've been consuming aloe vera for many years.
15 years.
15,
possibly.
maybe 18,
Yeah,
18, maybe 20. I don't
maybe
know.
close to 20 or 20, just barely 20.
One of the last things my father said to me before he passed away was, Bernie, it's the aloe vera. And so I started doing even more research on that. I had done a lot of research on it, and I had already been eating it. I have a humongous aloe plant growing in my house, which my husband doesn't really like. That's Professor Watchwell.
I had a huge, beautiful aloe vera plant
And
for about a year, and it died.
one
It
day,
was beautiful. All of a sudden, it died.
I would say about maybe a year and a half ago, the leaves got so big that they just toppled over. They bent over and they fell off because they were so heavy. They were really big. They were a couple feet long. I don't know, Mr. Cameraman, if you could see all of this, but that's all right. They were that long, and I cut them all up and I put them in my freezer, and I make all kinds of aloe water. Okay, now this is aloe water that was sitting in the refrigerator. Let's go back to the water. Sitting in the refrigerator for probably about a week, so it definitely is distilled. Okay, all of the stuff. Now, when you have tap water and you distill it, what happens, what's really nice, is what tap water does is that some of the stuff they put in there just evaporates, goes away. And what the minerals are in are right in the aloe. Now, aloe has not only all the minerals, don't mind the noise, there's somebody in the next room.
And that's okay.
doing something. We don't care what they're doing, but anyway, what happens is the minerals, and there's been tests on this, and aloe, believe it or not, is added to a lot of products.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some of these products that deal with the immune system, and this is what we're getting to, is the immune system here. There's a lot of products that have to do with the immune system. I'm not going to say any of the names because you've seen them on TV. There's a real old man, he says he's 90, that says, this is for your immune system. One of the first ingredients that ever goes in there is always the aloe. And they have found remnants of the aloe leaves in the Egyptian tombs. That means, okay, and this is proven, everybody knows this. If you look it up, you'll find it.
Wow.
The aloe plant was one of the plants that was on the earth when Jesus walked the earth, okay? Now, getting back to what I said before, the land of the milk and honey, when high up in the mountains, the water runs over the rocks, it slowly degrades the rocks as it goes down, and it breaks off in little chunks, and then it gets to the bottom, it's little tiny pieces of sand, okay? And those minerals are in there, minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron ore, or just iron, or just ore, or molybdenum, or a lot of other things, okay? There's about 27 of them. I'm not going to name them all.
Oh gosh, you forgot.
So,
I really know.
At any rate, this has, they say, about 98% of all the minerals and the vitamins that we need. It's been tested a number of times by a lot of labs, some really famous labs. There was one lab, UCLA in California. Mm-hmm. They tested it and they found out that this is the poor man's version of structured water. Now again, structured water, when you separate it, and I'll tell you a couple of tips there, try to separate the oxygen from the hydrogen. It doesn't work exactly, but it comes pretty close. What they have found out, that this is like what we call electrolyte water as well. It's got the vitamins, minerals in it, about 98% of natural vitamins and minerals. Doesn't have much of vitamin D that comes from the sun, or vitamin K, which comes from things like plants in the sea, like kelp and things like that. Okay, it has a little bit, just tiny, minuscule amounts, but it's got. If you take, they say, one bite of of aloe vera, just bite it off. And it tastes horrible, by the way.
Is that very, very bitter?
Bitter, yeah. It tastes really horrible. And a lot of people will say, well, why would we want to eat something that tastes bitter? Right, because it's really healthy for you.
Because of what it does, and it's
they used to.
For several members of our own family.
Yeah, they used
including
to.
us.
Now, I don't know if they still do this, but they used to put in every cancer-fighting drug, they used to start with aloe vera. They used to put aloe vera in. I don't know if they still do that. I'm not really sure about that point. But do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to your doctor and say, "Oh, should I consume this or should I eat this?" Some of them might say, "Well, no, it's not very good for you." But I know for a fact, I know for an absolute fact that this stuff works.
Mm-hmm.
I had something going on that was really serious at one point, which would have killed me. Okay, this was many years ago now, and it's gone. It's completely gone. And we won't say the name of this person. We were both diagnosed about 10 years ago, I guess, with glaucoma. Completely gone. It's completely gone. I know people who have been in stage 4 cancer. Nothing was working. They were getting sick. They were close to death. Started drinking the aloe water. And they may not do it like this, or started eating the aloe. It's completely out of their system. It's completely gone. So you can think what you want, and you can do your own research.
And I will add, there were not only herself, which I was aware of, the situation that it cured her of, and it literally cured her of it, the aloe vera.
Yeah.
But I also know of 2 other people. One was semi-serious, as far as we know. The other one was very mild. But that, our eyesight, oh my gosh.
Just everything.
Ears,
yeah.
myself, many things, folks.
Yeah.
It just, and if you drink, honestly, she drinks this 24/7. I do not drink it 24/7, but every day of my life, but an awful lot, and much more than I did before she told me the amount of energy that she got when she started drinking it 24/7. Well, I started doing it, and
yeah.
Swear to God,
okay, folks.
Energy is bounding.
Yeah.
It's like I have to shut myself off, seriously.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
also, I might add one more thing. Master Gardener, thank you so much. It is on labels, aloe vera. It literally is on labels of many, many products. Maybe not the first, ingredient.
It'll be hidden in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Now there's a real argument going about whether Sonia Sotomayor should step down from the Supreme Court. She's a justice. I don't really think that she's the best one on there, but she certainly is a good person.
She's a very contributing factor, of course.
She's a contributing factor. I'm not going to say I like her or dislike her. I like some stuff about her, some stuff I don't like. But
it's not
she's just like
thing.
me, okay?
Yeah.
She's just like me because she just turned 70, so did I. A lot of people don't know that. They figure I'm not even close to that age. And the fact is they keep saying she's feeble. She's not.
No, she's not.
I'm not feeble either. And
No.
guess what? This stuff is from the Lord. This is from God. Whether you believe it or not, I really don't care. You can disagree with me. I don't care. That's fine. Go ahead. I don't care. But this is what we know as the poor man's structured water. And one more fact, not only are we just starting to add the older episodes of Ride the Planet with Professor Phillip T. Watchwell, but he's getting a pretty good following already. And we're spreading this all over the internet. By the way, thank you for the 6 people or more that watch us in Ukraine. And the last I checked, there were 4 people or more in Germany.
Oh my God.
At least 2 or more in France. There's a couple in Spain.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you all for watching, and
Thank
especially
you.
the Wausau area
Muchas gracias para beber
for
todos.
watching the Wausau Public Access TV. All the people who watch now, again, our programs in Wausau, in the Wausau, Wisconsin area, who don't go on the internet, they just turn on their TV and they know when the programs are. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
Because
Thank you so
we do
much.
this to spread our information. I am a master and professional gardener. I'm a horticulturalist, and I can prove this, a Wisconsin State Fair judge. They don't hire those people because they don't know what they're talking about. I am what I say I am, and I have the proof I've got the documents to prove it.
And I am not a guard dog of any kind. I will kill it. Don't let me near him. You think I'm kidding? No, not. It's been proven.
And our old reliable cameraman back there.
Yes.
He's a good cameraman.
Yes, he sure
But
is.
anyway, I'd like to thank at this time some of the former mayors who were with us.
Yes.
Linda Lawrence was one. Jim Tipple was one. Rob Milkey was one.
Mm-hmm.
John, I can't remember his name. He passed away. He's dead now. Former Mayor Katie Rosenberg, which just got replaced by Doug Denny, the brand new mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And any other mayors that I can think of. If I missed you, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. But Wausau Public Access TV has been around for almost 40 years. And I wish I could think of the former mayor's name that passed away, but that escapes me right now. And she didn't even live here at that point. But at any rate, try the aloe if you'd like. That's up to you. Do your own research, and you're going to find contrasting opinions about aloe vera.
Right.
All I know is that I've been drinking this and eating this, consuming this. I bet it's over 20 years by now.
Well, it has to be, because I'll tell you, we were in California, and you might think because we're sisters family that, well, she told me about it. We were in California still, my husband and I, and we would talk over the phone, of course, she and I, and she mentioned, I believe you mentioned it first, about the aloe vera.
Right.
And I said, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it, because in California, here I was taking and we were in modeling and movie extra things and market research and all kinds of things along that same genre in California myself as well. And I had been taking a class, literally, from, many of you may have heard of Ben Vereen. His sister, Lady Helena Vereen, that was her name. And she taught us all the things that women might want to know for etiquette, etc. Okay? And it was a wonderful, covered lots of areas of things. And she was the first one that told our class about eating aloe vera.
Mm-hmm.
And this had to be this was over 20 years ago. So, and I had started doing it on my own over there in California, and here she is in Wisconsin doing it. We didn't know each other were doing it.
We didn't know that, yeah.
It was that long ago.
So, at any rate, friends, this has been a Fraser Family Foundation promo film, which you will not only see on Wausau Public Access TV, but some of the other public accesses as well, and Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under the It's Network, It's Fun channels. Yes. Okay? So if you want to write to Fraser Family Foundation, you can just put FFF, P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin, 54402. Okay, that's FFF, P.O. Box,
P.O. Box 2125,
Wausau, Wisconsin, 54402. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Hasta. Hola, verte, familia. A las palabras, Fraser.